Gale ratings, this is garthrs, the Tireless Adventure, another episode of Dreadnaught Slowbuild. We're going to do a couple of things today. First of all, we are going to finish what we started. I've reworked the turrets a little bit to be pretty standard equipment, very minimal flare on them. I did tweak out their efficiency just a little bit, and to give you an idea, this is designed for individual users to use, so that is definitely going to be a good thing. I did express a little bit of needing to come out here and stuff like that, and how you could operate everything from the underside. We maintained that. I believe one of these is the Bobby AI. Which one is it? What is that? Oh, that's not part of the ship. That's why I can't select it. All right, that makes perfect sense. I was like, why can't that go up? All right, so if you look on the left-hand side, you'll see that my power is 2.92 million recharge. I reworked the power yet again, and I learned three very key factors. I can use a whole lot less space, a lot more efficiently. What I did is I basically ran these from all the way to the front, all the way to the back, and once you get above a certain number, you can even just jam them in there and you still get the same amount as if you'd have jammed them in somewhere else. So basically what I came up with was a pretty solid power design that gave me a lot of power and still left me a butt ton of room, and it didn't just jam in everywhere. I kind of worked it out the way I did because I want to incorporate a lot of this stuff into the ship's build. As you can see, I've got a whole lot more room down here. I've got a huge power bank in the back which stores 76 million power. Got quite a few shields, got quite a few thrusters. These will go back even more. I did get some feedback on this, and they said that even though I went back 4 or 5, it still looked pretty two-dimensional. And I got to agree with that. I totally agree with that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these thruster ports out, probably about 4 or 5, and leave this center the way it is so that this actually looks recessed and these extend more. I think that's what I'm going to do. But that is not what we're going to be doing today. I think what we're going to be doing today is some interior work. You're like, what, Garth? We've been working on the outside for so much. I don't even know what to do now. I really, honestly, truly don't. I'm going to die. All right. So anyway, I went in here and built this up a little bit more. I thought that looked nice with a little bridge cone there. I also put some blast doors and windows across the front. So this actually has multiple layers to shoot through. I got a couple of recommendations to put docked shield modules in here. I think I might do something to that effect. However, today we are going to work specifically on our heat venting ideas, which I think is going to be pretty stinking epic. So first of all, we come in here, and this is our main heat vent access area for the weapons and junk. Then we come up front. Let me go a little bit faster. Where you start running through power banking. And then let me turn this on brighten because I don't have the lights in here. Actually, this would be a good time to do that. We have the beacon charge. That's not what I want. Not beacon. It's where's the other one? What happened to the other? Was it beacon charge circuits that I had? I don't know. Let's find out. So let's put that one there, just like that, and that one there. And is that too bright? No, that's exactly what I wanted. All right, so this comes in this way, and there's some more of the power thing, and then we come over here, and I think I'm going to put it right there again, and then this is going to lead into right here. So when we come in here, we're going to have the option to either make a right-hand turn and access aft heating or aft heat ventilation, or quite possibly I may wrap this around the outside here and lead it into the cargo bays so we have access ports in the cargo bay as well. I'm not 100% sure. Or I may run it along vertical parallel to this and bring it up top so that we can actually access this thing right here in the middle, which is going to be a service tunnel and whatnot and how come and all that nonsense. So this is definitely something we could possibly do today, and I thought that would be a great thing to get involved with. And as you can see, I have so much room in the back here, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm thinking about docking. Now, Dreadnaught, one of my viewers and another YouTuber himself, is definitely got a pretty good brain for this stuff. What I'm thinking about doing is docking a couple of his power transfer modules in the back here. And what that does basically is about every 5 or 6 seconds, it dumps its power into another ship. So it's got a little logic set up on it that effectively, whenever it fills with power, it fires power transfer beams into another ship. And I think that's a pretty good idea. We could definitely do that, and that'll definitely give us a little bit of overcharge as well. It's a pretty cool idea. I like it. I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm looking forward to incorporating it. However, today, like I said, we're going to be working on guts. And I think a good place to start would be with these right here. So let me go ahead and get a few things together, and I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, I had about 27,000 more power units, so I went ahead and just slapped them in here. Now this thing is pretty full of power. Got some more room for shields and junk, but as you can see, I got 3.6 million recharge out of it. So I would say overall it is a win. First thing that we're going to do is hook up our main area here, which is going to come out to right here, and narrow tube up, which I think is going to be pretty cool. So first thing that we're going to do is figure out, yeah, this is dead center too. So let's go ahead with hull, and I believe this is it. Yeah. So I think it's 6. No, it's more than that. Holy moly. We'll get it like this. I don't need that last one. And here. And effectively what I'm going to do is put a gravity block right here, which, see if I have any of those. I do. I have a gravity unit right there. And we are going to flip that one around so that it's upside down. That's up. And that's down. Wait, is that down? No. That's down. Boom. Alright, so effectively what we'll do is we'll sit on that. It'll fire us straight up. Just like that. Fire us straight up to here, where it'll spin us around. So I need this with an up of 10 at least. 10 actually works out pretty good. Alright. And then we do forward. I don't know if you guys can see too good, so let's turn this brightness on here. And then we come forward to here, and I'm going to have a heat vent right here on the side of the ship. Right here. Actually, I already have one right here. Let's use this one. Oh yeah, I like that one. That's a good one too. Which has to run down the side of the ship. So we're going to go like that. And that. That should run us right down this. Yeah, perfect. And well, that worked out pretty friggin' well. 1, 2, 3. Boom. There we go. And the interior, the way I'm doing this is they're supposed to look kind of dark. They're supposed to be pretty dark. And the entrance area, am I doing this right? Yeah, this is the top. Or this will be the bottom. So this needs to go... This is going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tall. 1, 2, 3. Or it'll be 3 tall with a ceiling at 4. And then it'll offshoot and ramp up to this one. And then shoot over and ramp to this one. It's kind of hard to see because the gray goes right on the gray. I need to check out that mod that Magram gave me. Because it looks like it might be something I want to take part in. Alright. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that works out well. Come on. There we go. Oh, wait. The center is gray, the rest of it is black. There you go. So that's what we need to blend into. So this comes up like this. This comes up like that. And then this will come over, I believe, to about right here. And as per the standard, we do the 3 by 3 on intersections. Ah, you're killing me. 3 by 3 on intersections. Perfect. Oh wow, that's really exactly what I was looking for. And when it's just a single turn, it's a 2 by 3. And you guys have noticed that in some of these places. With the wide part being on this side, on the angle, with the void being on the other side of the angle. So there's nothing going this way. Boom, and we got it. We're good. We got it. We're good. All right. Oh yeah, this is gonna turn out pretty friggin' nice. So let's go ahead and do this. Now I got a lot of feedback on power and stuff like that. Like when I did that 11,000 thing, I was actually not planning on using that as a power source. My plan was to use that exclusively as a learning tool, if that makes sense. That's the only reason that I built that. I wasn't going to be putting those blocks in this ship. It was just so I could figure out how it was done. That was the only reason. That was it. And a lot of people were like, you know how many of those you're going to need to power your ship? Yeah, a lot. But I'm not going to use them. Yeah, but it's cool. Totally all right. Definitely, we'll soften up some of these edges when we get this rolling. Definitely going to need some lighting in here. Just a little bit. Gimme. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! 1, 2. There we go. I don't know what I deleted. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Oh, that worked out perfectly. I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, and this area right here is going to be kind of narrow. And this area over here is going to be kind of narrow. But this junction port right here will be, of course, wide. Wide, as the day is long. 2. That's not what I wanted. Perfect. Oh my god, that worked out. That worked out really well. Oh, oh, oh. I hate it when I accidentally hit the friggin' Windows key. My camera was like, ooh. It was a little concerned with itself. What is this? I just want that one gone. Oh, hey, get out of there. All right. All right. So we're definitely going to have numerous tunnels that run throughout, and there's only going to be like a couple of shafts that really change our direction. There's going to be 2 in the back here, obviously, and then when we come forward, there'll be 2 in the front that take us down in between the elevator lift and between the elevator lift here that takes us up. This section will take us down right here through this little 4 section right here. Will take us down to almost all the way to the bottom where we feed back across into here. And there's going to be 2 exhaust ports right here and one that runs pretty much parallel all the way up here to the front, which will lead us to the front core, and then there'll be one up top here that leads us to the top core. That'll be the plan. And then of course we'll have numerous tunnels that run throughout that do something with the weapon systems and salvage systems. Salvage. I combined those 2 words and made a completely new word. That's me. That's how I run. That's how I roll and run and run and roll. And as always, I don't know if I say this often enough, and I try to, because, you know, I think I've said it about 100,000 times that you guys are the reason I do this. So if I don't say thank you enough for your feedback and comments, I'm an idiot. You guys are the reason I do this. So anytime you guys click the like button or give me a feedback in the form of a comment, I greatly appreciate it. It's just, you have no idea how much it means to me. I always appreciate the feedback. This needs to come out this way. See, I would go down the center, but I don't want it down there. Oh, actually, I can probably do that right now. Can I do it the center? 2, 3. Yes, I can. Let's set the ZY plane, or the, yeah, XZ plane right there. That'll definitely help us out. Perfect. Now, there's a couple of things that I wanted to bring into this. Probably somewhere around the middle here is going to be engineering. And there's going to be a, what's a good word for it? A workstation right there. So that it's kind of like midship, and you can access pretty much everything. I was thinking about either putting it on top of here or back here and have it right on top of this power unit. So let me know in the comments below whether you think I should put it over the hangar bay or back here, because I think right here is a good spot. I mean, it's pretty centralized. This post right here is just for symmetry purposes. That's the only reason I have it there. If I put it right here, I think it would be a good central spot as well. I could even go so far as to make it, you know, in here in one of these sections. That would be totally doable, but I've already built those. So tell me where you'd rather see it, on the power block or on the cargo bay. I think either one of those would be freaking amazing. And perfect. We have definitely got a lot of work ahead of us as far as the build goes, and I don't see this being a short build by any stretch of the imagination. One thing that I am really super excited about is getting it out and testing it. I think that would definitely work for us. Taking out the things that we need to take out, like the Pirate Station Alphas that are a big bunch of jerks. This is going to open up at the end here. So let's go ahead. Oh, this is gonna get deleted. Let's get rid of that real fast, because I'm gonna have to do some finagling, like right here. I like that. That looks pretty cool. Alright, so we need to come in 1, 2, 1, 2. That should do it for that side. And we want to come in right there and right there. And then that will lead successfully into that. Perfect. All right, now we do have to remember about our lighting. So let's go ahead and put that back, and we'll change our lighting to right there. I think that'll work, because I've already got this a little bit done up right there. And we'll do our second lighting right there. That should definitely help us out as far as lighting goes anyways. 3. So far, what is your favorite part of this build? What is the thing that you think defines the Dreadnaught the most? For me personally, I think it would have to be the I tell you what, I'm thoroughly enjoying the detail of it, so that is definitely my favorite part. The getting the things together that are, for all intents and purposes, important, only from a role-playing point of view. The flight deck was pretty fun to build, and I'm not 100% done with that yet. I've got a little bit more work to do on that. But for the most part, it is, beyond the shadow of a doubt, my favorite part of the build so far. Let's go forward 1. I try to be wise when I use my blocks and stuff like that, because I don't want to have an insane amount of mass just for having the mass. You know what I mean? It's something that you can control. Let's go ahead and put this back here. There we go. Yep. Uh-huh. There we go. So that narrows down pretty well. Let's turn this off, see if it's lit up enough. Well, for you guys, it's probably dark as crap. Yeah, definitely. Definitely way too dark. So we'll put some more lights. Ah! Ow! There you go. Handled. Yeah, intersection. I like the subdued lighting on these, but I'm probably going to beef it up a little bit. Maybe I'll put runners the light bars, which I have in abundance. I'm thinking about running those across the ceiling as well. So we'll come into here. It'll fire us up to right here. Then we'll have the logic sequence set up. And turn the brightness back on. Ah! I gotta keep remembering to turn that off because I'll start deleting some random crap. Which I don't want to do, yo. I'm on the wrong one. I was wondering why it was so much darker than the other one. And one of the reasons why I'm going with regular hull instead of like the standard armor is because I like the grid pattern. I think I said that before. For industrial things, I think it makes sense to have something with a grid pattern on it. It just seems to fit for my tastes. It actually came out really nicely. Yeah, so far I'd have to say that the level of detail is what's been the most fun for me. I mean, figuring out the mechanics of power supply and stuff like that is fun. Don't get me wrong, but having that level of detail come forward, I think really makes a huge difference for me. Now, see, this section is a little bit more narrow. I don't know if I'm 100% on that one, but for all intents and purposes, the main tubes back there is where a majority of the heat's going to be piped in. So it would make sense that that would be thicker around. Now, like I said, I'm looking for your feedback. Should I put engineering here or on top of the shuttle bay? Cargo box, as it were. So let's put you there. And there, which should lead us into this almost perfectly. Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll work out well. Alright. Alright, is that the top or the bottom? That's the side. So this would be the side. So we go down one, over one. Oh! What the deuce? I keep forgetting about that. Down one. There we go. So that would be the floor, which comes out to at least right there. And now we just have to match this floor and that floor up. Because remember, we're going into a multiple intersection now. Ew, we gotta angle it up way before that. Let's angle it down. That'll probably be the easiest way to do that. Oh wow, that's not right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, the freaking forward wall is too far back. That's what it is. That's why it's not right. Ah, poop. That's right. I said poop. Because I'm a cusser. Alright. So now we have this one, which we can bring back this way. One more. And then black, which we can bring back this way. And black, which we can bring back this way. So that works out. Okay. Perfect. One, two, three, spot. Alright, so I want to go just a little bit different on this one. I'm going to go forward a little bit so that we can walk up here pretty much unimpeded. That should work. Let's fill it in and see how it looks. It should turn out pretty nice. Definitely want to bring these back a little bit to somewhere in the middle. Yeah, it looks like about the middle. Ah. Get on the wrong thing. Don't you hate it when you do that? That's the side. Which means that we're going to want to be very narrow here. It looks like it might be enough room. Ah! And what was I was gonna ask you guys a question. Oh, I was gonna ask you a question. Oh, I got it. Would you like to see like because this is a legit build. This is 100% I made everything or harvested everything or scavenged everything. This is 100% legit. Would you guys like to see something that wasn't legit, like just a creative where I'm not limited by my inventory? I can just do whatever. Yeah, that's something that a couple other guys do, and I mean, it looks like fun. It looks like what? Oh, I hit R. I hate when I do that. R. It looks like fun. I mean, I'm not a big fan of creative builds personally, because if anybody had access to everything, then it wouldn't be, in my opinion, that great of thing. You know, if you could build something huge, legit, then that to me would be something. Oh, and by the way, I've decided that elevator shafts will not have the gray stripes up the wall. That's to denote the elevator shaft itself. So when we come in here, it's 3 tall. We go this way. We're probably gonna have to test this. We may have to bring the roof back 1 on that one once I get that in there. We're definitely gonna have to test that out. So, but once we get to the top of the elevator shaft, we are going to need another gravity. 0 and We want this one to be red side up. We'll put it right there, so that when you just walk over here and use it. All right, so let's give it a shot, and it's going to be dark in here. So let me light this. Let me light this puppy up. I think that's the most solid way to do that. I guess I could use beacons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There seems to be a pretty good light source, 3, 4, 5, when there's only about 4 spaces in between it. 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I like that. And we'll just put one at the corner like we always do. Let's give it a shot and see how it looks. It's really dark here. Not so dark down this hallway. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks like a good one. And then we come down here. Might want to put one in the middle here. That lights it up a little bit more. Definitely want to put one at the edge of this. That works. Corner. This is not too shabby so far. It's a little bit dark. That's to be expected because I'm using black hole purposefully to make it dark. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one actually has 5 because I don't want the white from the beacon to interfere with the red from the lava. And then we come down here and we have access to the left and right thrusters, access to the main heat exhaust, which is right there. So this actually looks pretty good. Definitely going to spruce it up a little bit with some lighting, and then we'll hit this thing, which will throw us up to the top. And then we'll walk forward. Let's put one right here so they can see it. Activate that, walk forward, and now they can go. They can go right there, or right there. And then we'll get up here to this, which is not very well lit. So let's go ahead and make the intersection pretty well lit so they can see it. And then we'll either go into engineering or we'll go into engineering. One of the two. That's what I'm thinking about. Dropping this whole thing a little bit down so that when they get about right here, they can sharp angle up into engineering on the left or engineering on the right, or possibly both engineerings as it is. I think that's going to look pretty good. Now this episode was kind of slow, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like the slow build. 4, 5, but 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for all intents and purposes, it does exactly what I want it to do, which is entertain you guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. That works out pretty freaking well, man. Wow, that really came out nicely. I'm trying to line them up a little bit more. I don't want it to be too dreary. I don't want engineering to get like freaking suicidal. No thank you. No suicidal engineering for me. I like my ship intact. That actually works out really, really well. Yeah. Well, let me know what you think. I've thoroughly enjoyed this build, and I'm looking forward to what you guys have to say about it. Next episode, what we'll do to finish this out, I'll off camera, I'll connect these two right here. And next episode, depending on your feedback, we will either build engineering or we will build engineering. Either way, it's going to be fairly large. It's going to kind of creep out this way, almost to encompass this entire area. It's going to be pretty spread out, several sections. Engineering would be like life support, propulsion systems, power management, all that stuff. Anything that you would need a system of people to keep running, you would need that same number of stations in engineering, or probably a secondary or backup or an emergency section, or even a secondary location in case your primary location is compromised for some, battle damage or whatever. So let me know in the comments below what you think, where I should put engineering. And one final thing before we leave, I just wanted to talk to you guys. When we had that rollback, I lost my beam weapons, so I'm going to have to put those back in there. But for the most part, everything else is pretty much the way it was before the rollback, minus the stuff I had to redo. So yeah, everything else is pretty much fixed. It's coming along nicely. And one more thing before we go, I'm going to show you how I build my turrets the same. I hit I, buy a blueprint, and spawn it. And I just call it, whatever it comes there. And then you'll see that it is not factioned, and it will be right there. And that's where it pops in. Now, anytime that you bring one of these in, it shows up on the galactic north outside of the structure. So it's way over here. So that's why I have thrusters in my pocket, because I have to fly it back. And that is what I do. And I'm going to go ahead and put the other two on there, faction them up, get them all done up. And then one more thing that I'm going to add up here in the front. I've been thinking about this. Every single solitary spaceship has it, even if they don't use it very often. But right here, I'm going to put a Bobby AI and call it autopilot. And then I'm probably going to turn it on at least once to see what happens. Yeah, that is totally what we're going to do. These will be able to get turned on from inside the ship. And then when you're done shooting them, it ejects you into this port. I've tested it numerous times. The size of the turret makes it so that when you jump out, the closest available empty spot is in here. So there you're good to go. That worked out perfectly. I'm very happy with it. And I will also be doubling up on my missile silos. Doubling, if not tripling. All right. I'll talk to you turkeys next time. See ya.